Here we go. It's a song I wrote 6 years ago in 1994 and called live on 629-0683 or 629-0708. And here we go. Blah, 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 bleepy blee, beepy blee, blue, blue. The grass is getting greener and I'll pick a place for you. Nothing else is searching for a happy fool or two. People always forcing and I'll never make a sound. Walking through the graveyard wishing I was in the ground. What up, Tucson, Arizona? This is the Call Me Crazy Show, episode 125. Sorry if I haven't seen you guys. I've been on Christmas vacation, and before I begin, I told a couple of buddies of mine, Ray and the cleaning crew where I work, I told them I'd give them a shout out, and here I am giving a shout out, and Sam, and I want to give a shout out to pretty much everybody who I ran into for the past 4 weeks. And I want to say thank you to City of Tucson and TCCC and Tucson Cable Access for making the Call Me Crazy Show possible. This is my 125th episode. I can't fucking believe it that I've been doing this for 7 years. And hopefully 05 will be a great year. 04 I had a lot of things going on. I was working 2 jobs and doing things on the side. So I wasn't very productive with Call Me Crazy for the year 04. But that should change for 05. And here I go. First thing I want to talk about in the last week of 04, a tragic thing happened in Asia. The world's most biggest and powerful earthquake took place underneath the water in the ocean, the Indian Ocean. Not in the Indian Ocean, I'm sorry. In the ocean by Asia and Sri Lanka and 10 other countries pretty much were devastated by a tsunami. And what a tsunami is a huge tidal wave that at one point witnesses and video showed walls of water reaching up to 14 feet tall. I saw one video where the waves were crashed over the wall of a hotel resort and get crushed everything, including the swimming pool. And I saw a video of people floating out to sea, trying to struggle for life. And now excuse me, now January 3rd, 05, it's been more than 9 days since that tsunami happened, and now the death toll is 140,000. And it just breaks my heart because I saw many pictures of dead children being floating down rivers of water, dirty water, and mud water in all these Asian countries. All in all, it's going to be billions and billions of dollars to hopefully restore and bring some normalcy back to those countries. But it doesn't seem like that's going to be the case, because you got to remember 140,000 people are dead, and for those 140,000 people, you got to remember there must be at least 4 to 5 or 6 family members of each person who passed away that are struggling and trying to cope with the grief of the loss of a loved one. So, 04, and then a very bad note for the people on the far side of the world. So we should be all thankful here in the U.S. that we had the geological people who work for the government, who are able to let us know when Mount St. Helens is about to erupt, or when there's a major earthquake about to happen, or when a tornado is about to hit the Midwest. Yeah, we're so lucky that our government is able to be able to give us a warning in terms of natural disasters. Okay, so I can feel bad, and on a sad note too, I guess one of the worst pictures I saw of the tsunami aftermath was there was this picture, I think it was on the front page, which I saw in the Arizona Daily Star several days ago, where bodies and debris would get piled up and washed up ashore, and it was in the hundreds. I mean, bloated bodies with debris and wood and timber and pieces of metal. It was a heart-wrenching picture, but that's the way things go. So that was the end of the note for 04 for that year. For that year last year. So our hearts and prayers go out to all of them. And what's one thing that could come out of all this is that we have so many countries doing an outpouring of support and help and relief. America has U.S. of aid has already given out, I think, $30 million worth of aid, and so has many countries in terms of helping those countries in Asia who need the help. Because we all got to remember back in 9/11 here in the country, a lot of the whole world was behind America and felt very bad for us. So now we feel bad for them, we're helping them. And I also found out today Sandra Bullock, we all know she is a very wonderful actress and a beautiful girl. Sandra Bullock, she donated $1 million of her own money to help the victim of the tsunami tidal wave in Asia. And that could go to show, if every celebrity could do that in Hollywood, if every celebrity in Hollywood could donate $1 million, what Sandra Bullock does, there will be no more homeless people in the USA. So that's a great thing that you did, Sandra Bullock. And okay, so we'll stop talking about that. 04, we also saw the death of Dimebag Darrell there in the end of 04. Sad thing, Dimebag Darrell. I remember back in 92 when Pantera were 92 and 93, Pantera were pretty much at the prime and pinnacle at that point. I remember thinking he was amazing then, because he was almost like a hardcore version of Eddie Van Halen. So rest in peace, Dimebag Darrell. And what else happened in 04 that was real big? Pretty much nothing, I think, was real big in 04. Shrek 2, they said was big. Spider-Man 2, they said was big. But all in all, 04 was an okay year for music. Divine had a tour out early in the year that I saw with Marty in Phoenix. A great show. Then all of a sudden, the singer Divine says that he suffers from a mild form of autism, which I think is a crock of shit. And then the biggest people in music, I think, were 04, I guess. Who was that, I guess? I'm not really sure. And then The only movie that I was really fond of for the year of '04 was Attack of the Clones. I'm just playing. The biggest movie of the '04 that I liked was pretty much, I think, that's going to be a hard one. I'll have to get back to you on that. I'll have to make a top 10 list. I think the worst movie of '04 was probably, I haven't seen it yet, and I hate to say it, but Thunderbird. And then, let's see, the worst show of the year, I think, is, worst TV show of '04 on TV is, I think, The Apprentice. I hate The Apprentice. I hate Donald Trump. I hate everything about him. And I think the best show that I like of '04 that I got hooked on, thanks to Marty a couple weeks ago, is a show called Entourage on HBO. Great sitcom. Is up there with Ali G. Ali G also had a great show for '04. But Entourage is a great show because I like the fact that it's not, sure, it's kind of a story of overindulgence, but hey, that's Hollywood. That's okay. And I find it kind of interesting that these guys who are friends on Entourage, the sitcom, they act more like they're an organization more than they're like friends. So I like that fact. And then also the Ali G show this year was great. Who can forget when Ali G came to Tucson, Arizona, and he went to the bar in Ruth Roth, and he did that little ditty about throwing certain people down the well. And that was pretty funny that Ali G came to Tucson. And then to who can, how can we forget '04 was a radical year in politics. John Kerry lost to George W. Bush, which just kind of sucked because, call me crazy, it was a John Kerry campaign. But, oh well. But the one good thing that's going to come out of this, it means George W. Bush won't run for office again in '04. And here's a prediction, people. I'm saying that 4 years from now, or 3 years from now, Hillary Clinton will be running for president in '08. And that's the prediction. Okay. And also prediction, Colin Powell might be running for president in '08. And I say John McCain might be running for president in '08. And I say Snoop Dogg might be running for president in '08. Okay. The best book of the year, I think, is Lord of the Rings. I know it's a 40-year-old book, but Lord of the Rings, I read the whole trilogy plus The Hobbit earlier this year. And I attempted to read Tolkien back when I was younger. Really don't remember when, but I was doing too much drugs and too much partying then. But now that I'm an intellectual, I read it, and they're one of the greatest books of all time I ever read. And I spent many a night after working 2 jobs, reading chapter after chapter of the Lord of the Rings trilogy. And overall, reading is good. I have my own personal library, so you should read all what you can about movie, music, the news, war. I have a tendency to collect a lot of books about war and movies, and I tend to collect a lot of mysteries. I like mysteries. Okay, and then what else I wanted to say? Best. You know what? I'm pretty much out of idea for my top 10 best of. I'll get back to you on that when I can. And then also I wanted to talk about Iraq. We all know at the end of January, which is coming up in a couple weeks, of the '05 elections are supposed to take place in Iraq. It's going to be the first time they're going to have a free election in Iraq since 1958-59. But what's going on, the insurgency in Iraq, and what insurgents are, the rebels, or what they call themselves rebels, what they really are, the terrorists. What they've been doing so many bad things in Iraq that Baghdad has now become the most dangerous city in the world. You have beheadings of foreigners, you have suicide bombers, you have roadside bombs. Then you have people who you can't trust. For example, there was an Iraqi citizen who was dressed up as an Iraqi soldier and went to a military tent and blew up 22 American and civilian. Okay, now here that the Christmas is coming and gone, we should be all still thankful for the armed services, men and women, and the armed forces who are doing a great job in maintaining our freedom to pretty much do what we want to do here in the great country of ours. So God bless you, each and every one of you who are in the armed forces. May '05 not be a dangerous year for all you people. Okay, and then I want to say thank you Tucson for making '04 a good year for me. Hopefully '05 will be a great year. Hopefully nothing bad will happen, but if that's the case, then so be it. And okay, now here's one thing I was going to talk about that I haven't been able to talk about. If you ever drive through downtown, there's a building, that's the TCCC building. It's where the headquarters for public access is located in downtown. It's on Broadway. And I don't know if you ever noticed, but if you're ever driving east on Broadway through downtown on Broadway, you'll see a TCCC building on the right. And on the right, on the right side of the street, Broadway, you'll see the building. And on the building, you'll see a huge, colorful mural. Fine. I have no problem with murals anywhere. I participated in murals when I was in high school, on several murals around town, and I helped them draw murals. So I have nothing wrong. I have nothing to complain against. Mural is public art, and if it's good, it's good, and I like mural. But the one that had TCCC, it was, I guess, painted by, I don't know who painted it, but I think it was several women who got paid some money. I'm not saying it was a lot of money, but they got paid for their work for the mural that they drew and painted on the western wall of the TCCC. And you know what? It fucking sucks. Because you know why? Because they put their name on there. They don't put any of the names of any of the talk show hosts, producers, directors, actors, studio members of the past 20 years of public access. They don't put any of the names of anybody who ever worked there, but they put the names of the people who drew the mural, and they put a bunch of silly nonsense, pretty much. You know, there's some flowery stuff, some ladybug stuff. All I'm saying is not damn TCCC stuff. If they were going to do a mural, they should have done a mural with TV cameras, something about that pertains to the idealism of what public access is about. Not no fucking ladybugs. I'm sorry, the women who drew the mural, they might be good women and it's good work, but it's the wrong concept for public access for downtown. They should have done a mural that was concerned with people who make public access, not about themselves. So that's my gripe. And you know what? And on the last note before I leave, I saw a preview for Willy Wonka and the Chocolate Factory with Johnny Depp. It looks kind of interesting. I gotta go, but I'll see you in a couple weeks. Episode 126. Hopefully you'll enjoy 125. Hopefully you'll see more Call Me Crazy show. My 7th anniversary coming up in March. So hasta la vista, people. Until then, I'm signing out, Houston.
Ready? Ancient manual ways, lonesome out of place, touching I am near, pacing I can hear, talking I am lost, words are just too much, sleep is much too real, friends are there to heal. Anticipation might kill you. No religion's a virtue. Tool made out of clay, arrows meant to aim. Mountain much too tall, water just too hot. Suit is way too tight, flag is way too dark. Ocean